Bottom for RazerMoon in the upper right. Bottom left, Demon Hunter for Krasik. First camps just finished being crept. Claws of Attack for the Demon Hunter, and for the bottom, Gloves of Haste. Arguably better than Claws if you have Searing Arrow. I was just thinking about, I was listening to, during the break, the Night Elf music. For the Warcraft Night Elf music. And it reminds me of when I was first starting to play this game. And I hadn't actually started playing, like, ladder yet. I was just playing, like, custom. I reinstalled the game in, like, whatever, 2010. Maybe even earlier, 2009, before I started playing ladder, because I started playing ladder in 2010. Maybe it was even a little earlier than that. And I installed the game, and I had been playing custom games. Just for fun. Didn't know what to do. Maybe I was bored of Counter-Strike or something like that. So I just started playing some custom games. And then I saw 1v1 OBS or something like that. I forget what the game name was, but it was some sort of 1v1. On a weird map. There was some weird map. I believe it was... I know what the map looks like. I just forget what it was called. It's like one of the really old maps that you would never play, but sometimes we used to play like 2v2 on it. For some weird reason. And there's a 1v1 hosted on it. And I raced up as Night Elf. And I remember the Night Elf music from that time. And I was so bad, everyone got mad at me for even attempting to play. But I was just like, I thought this was just like another custom game, you know? I thought we were just gaming over here. I remember thinking the normal melee mode was really weird. I was like, this is kind of boring compared to these custom games I've been playing. So that's my story that I get reminded of every time I hear the Night Elf music. I just have a vague picture in my head of an ancient war and trying to creep a camp on this map, and then people getting really mad at me for being terrible. I'm not even sure if my opponent was particularly good. 1 year later, probably would have beat that ass, but at the time, he was able to call me the noob. Krasik trying to get a very early AP. RazerMoon is teching. Second Ancient War actually was canceled by the Demon Hunter. I'm so surprised, but I guess he's got decent items to do that. Immolation. No mana burn, just Immolation Evasion. To be honest, pretty good against hunts. You just have boots. Is this a TP? Without mana burn, it's going to be tougher than it should be to force the TP. But 2 more swipes, or maybe 1 in the Immolation. There we go, TP forced. Krasik seems to be not in a bad position. Oh no, the Ancient War did get up? Yes, it did get up. It just moved. I didn't think he was able to cancel that. And the strategy that RazerMoon is doing with the tech should have been scouted by a Wisp. Should have been scouted by a Wisp, but it wasn't, and that's why we see this AP super early. Which is an overreaction because we know that RazerMoon teched. So there's not going to be an all-in. You don't need the AP to defend the future all-in. And this will probably be an expansion into Naga second Mass Dryads? Possibly Dark Ranger second Mass Dryads. Naga for Krasik, who actually finds a decent timing, although his Demon Hunter is so low. It's so low. And I like the fact, instead of Owl Scout, even though Owl Scout is pretty valuable, we see Searing Arrow because I think RazerMoon knows that there's no mana burn currently. And we're not likely to see a retrain anytime soon. It's just pretty expensive. Double lore on the way for Krasik. An expansion and AP on the way for RazerMoon, who's now level 3. And double lore for RazerMoon. Dryads. And he'll probably get a Tavern Hero as soon as he can afford it. I remember being so nervous playing any 1v1 OBS games. Yeah, I think that's why that memory stuck with me, because I was just so blindly confident, racing up when I had no idea how to play, and just getting destroyed by this guy, looking like an idiot for like 10 minutes. Probably didn't leave until the last building was dying. Probably didn't even say GG. I think that's why the memory stuck with me. Demon Hunter is just dead. Wait, he doesn't... Alright. He got the tree cancel and the AP cancel, but Krasik just lost both heroes. Alright, 1-0 for RazerMoon. And map 2 will be something that I don't know yet. Autumn Leaves for map number 2. This probably should be out of the map pool as well. I'd be down, dude. If, like, you know, one in every 8 games was just an Uther party, I think that'd be pretty sick. There should be an Uther party ladder. I know it's kind of random. But I think it's a little bit skill-based. I think you could have a rank 1 Uther party player that deserves it. RazerMoon looking like he deserves this victory, but we'll see if Krasik can come back. Game 2, Autumn Leaves. Bottom left, Krasik. Upper right, Mr. RazerMoon. Looks like Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter with these Ancient War positionings. Bottom for Krasik. And Demon Hunter for RazerMoon. Honestly, not bad for RazerMoon. If he went Keeper, I'd be surprised because he won game 1 so handedly. That going for some weird, you know, metagame hero choice, not the greatest, even though he would have been put in a good position against the bottom if he had gone Keeper. RazerMoon, but I think just sticking with good old faithful Demon Hunter. Not bad. Because with the Potom last game, he kind of just owned. He probably would have won that game with a Potom. Or with a Demon Hunter, rather. He probably would have won the game no matter what hero he went. With how one-sided last game was. So, don't mind RazerMoon going with the DH. No, he GG'd last game. I'm pretty sure. Hey, with the raid for the 2nd week in a row. Nodden wins. Thank you for the 214 raid. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome to the Back to Warcraft Weekly. Not the Back to Warcraft Weekly, the Back to Warcraft NA LUL Cup, number 32. The weekly is on Friday. And again, I never got an answer last week of how to pronounce. Is it Nadin? Naden? Nadin? What did I jump to immediately? Nadin? Nadin wins? I think Nadin wins. The soft A. We'll go with the soft A. Thank you. We're currently in the semifinals. Krasik vs. RazerMoon. Winner of this is going to go up against Dice in a best of 5 in the grand finals. How you guys doing? Immolation. Just going to put the Demon Hunter closer to level 3. The expansion would be the 3rd camp needed for level 3, assuming nothing gets last hit. Searing Arrow was attempted and failed to secure that Berserker. No mana burn yet because he wants to... Oh, never mind, because I was going to say because he wants to use the Moonwells when he still has full mana. What's Uther like at parties? The guy's bumming me out, dude. Honestly, Uther at parties just talks about his dad all the time and Destiny or whatever. I don't know. Kind of a weirdo, that Uther guy. Carries around that hammer like he's LARPing or something. I don't get it, dude.
A player's forces are under attack.
I never trust anyone that has Halloween costumes with like props that you have to hold. Too much effort. Just enjoy yourself, you know? No one cares. You carry around a sword all night, okay? We get an Uther Party tournament in the season's finals too? Oh, hell yeah, we would. And I would be in the finals. I'm a gamer. AP scouted, apparently. But that puts it in RazerMoon's head that, okay, this guy, he's trying to all-in me. The RazerMoon can prepare. What does he do to prepare? Defensive archers. More archers. Where's his Ancient War? Here. More archers. Probably even 6. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Ancient War, instead of moving to the next camp, maybe moving back home. Playing close to his base. That's what RazerMoon is going to do, and that's all because this AP was scouted. If they're trying to hide APs, they're likely not trying to expand, unless they're playing against Orc. Then that's exactly what they're trying to do if they're hiding an AP. Oh, well, I guess when the AP fails, then you go for the expansion in Night Elf Mirror. Who would have thunk it? I wouldn't have, because I said the exact opposite. Applause for me in the chat, everybody. But as I mentioned, what was that, 6 archers? Ancient War, instead of moving to the lab, moves back. So this AP is low-key kind of really smart, because it forces RazerMoon to be like, oh yeah, he's trying to hide an AP. That means he's obviously trying to all-in me. I'm going to play super defensive. Extra archers, 1 lore, shop before tier 3 tech. But luckily for RazerMoon, he's a pretty smart guy too. He's just going to find the expansion and just cancel it straight up. What about a bag of candy? Is that a Halloween prop? No, that is the goal of Halloween.
A player's forces are under attack.
Panda second. Not bad. But if it gets into a Mass Dryad mirror, then we might be in hit and run territory with that Panda. RazerMoon's still being defensive, but the tree is being rebuilt. 2 APs, but no tree beside them. Well, except for the actual trees. And the other AP, I suppose, are all trees, but no tree of life beside them. Improved bows done just before the Ancient War could possibly fall. I don't think the archers should try to defend this, because if the hunts get on top of the archers, they're all going to die. But with the improved bows and the haze, actually, there's some micro ability there. And Tree of Life, close to cancelable with these archers. If RazerMoon's super wanted to commit every single one of his archers to it, which I don't think would be a great choice. Oh! Autumn. Buys a heal scroll. Needs to be careful he doesn't get within burn range. Dema Hunter. They're both agility heroes. Which one is more agile here? Oh! The Stag could have just won RazerMoon the game. If it, you see that little sidestep it just did there? If it just did that, the bottom was dead. That's all it takes. Hashtag replace every critter with pack horses, but also reduce the HP of pack horses. Can you tweet that out right now? I know it's a lot, but you have to get the word out. Tier 3 now for RazerMoon, and he's going to have the map control to creep the middle, and even creep more than that if he wants. So Krasik is going to be on 2 bases. And 2 bases with 2 APs going to be difficult to break. With just Dryads and Archers currently. If the Panda gets 3, it becomes a lot easier, but you kind of need Bears to break towers. Night Elf players know that. Know that all too well. Krasik going into Mass Archers now. Don't mind that. But what I do mind is Archers against Panda level 3. So maybe I do mind that. And a 2 though. Haze fire. There is a heal scroll, but might have to be used very early. Healthstone that was found earlier, passed over. Naga saved by the heal scroll, but the Hunter's numbers are quite low. Krasik needs to get some return kills, but so far he's found 0, and the Naga dead. 1 archer finally dead. that's what all he's gonna find. Okay, 2 archers for the whole army. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that's a good trade. Yes, literally the whole army. Nice block. The pot, I'm trying to buy as much time as she can. Oh, get a wisp. Whoop. Nearly saves the wisp. Would have been style points, but... Bottom leaves, and there's no moonwells left. Might need to use a moonstone. Thank you, Moonstruck. It is catchy, isn't it? Okay, Consumable can't be pulled. 42 against 44. You wouldn't think it with what just happened that the supply is still even, but the hero levels certainly aren't. The Panda's about to be 3 and the Demon's about to be 4. That's 2 levels ahead with this Potom. About to be level 4 as well. Not insurmountable is the disadvantage for Krasik, but there's bears, and we talked about bears being the necessary tool to break the APs with. So it might not be 2 base for too long. There's a sapper to help against the APs as well, and you know what? It could blow up both at the same time. Nature's Blessing not upgraded, not that it would matter. And here we go. And that is an efficient sapper. And it's looking like we're going to have RazerMoon versus, yep, Dice in the grand finals. Nice try to Krasik, but RazerMoon got a lot of practice in this matchup, just in these weekly cups alone. And he showed it right there.